And we are back. Apologize, families are families, and emergency are emergency. So we are back. Let's see if we could pick it up from where we were from. We were talking about sourcing B-rolls, right? Where you get that. And the first thing that I said is, as part of your script, you have the AI generate B-roll prompts for you. This is an example, a complicated prompt. You don't want them to be simple. You want to have things like a slow motion shot of a phone screen scrolling endlessly through social media, something that makes it very complex information. So when the AI creates the image, you will be able to do things with it, like, for example, like this, right? So we downloaded this image here. We have many places where we could put it. Like, for example, I just downloaded it down here. Let me double check. It's not here yet, per se. Oh, it's actually, this is not where it's supposed to be. It's right here. Right. So here we go. We're gonna find a way to put that into the into our video, right? So I'm gonna copy this one into the folder that I'm working on, which is the one that I started working earlier today, actually yesterday. And we'll be having a couple of mechanical problems and things of that nature. And the main one that I'm going to concentrate tonight is going to be the DaVinci Resolve video that we sort of worked the other day. So I'm going to put it. The background that you see there is all like the stock media stock footage that I received, right? So in front of it, you have my avatar, and then you have your titles here, subtitles here. So what I'm going to do basically is bring in the one that I just created from here into the folder. So we can start doing work with it. Put it here. Should be right there. And I'm going to bring it here. And what I want to do is I'm going to, for example, cover that area instead of having a blank panel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move that to there, like that. And not just the side, but I could trim it, right? So that basically, I could angle it so it would be there an angle. Not sure that I want to do that. I'm just going to leave it like this, right? What I would do, let me slide it over and see what's going on. So you keep all that the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this again. And let's see what I could do with that. I'm going to leave it through here. I'm going to leave it the same. I'm going to first cut it here. Yeah, you did cut it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Stop that. There. I'm going to copy that one here. You see, this is going to make sense in a few seconds, right? So I'm going to put a layer on top so we could have the image in multiple places. So if I'm looking at it, I should be able to modify that one. Slide it over. So we have two images now. I'm going to make it smaller, by doing this and by making it a little smaller. So I could have it in 2 places within the video if I want to, which I do this time. All right, so I want to show that there. And then I'm going to do a copy of that. Let's see what else I could put it. So this time what I want to do with that other image is for the second part of the video, what I want to do is I want to put it on the other side and see how it will look. A little higher, right, to call. And go that, right. So what you want to have is, you want to see how it looks when you go through the videos. You got the other image there, then one is pops in there. So now what you want to do is you want to add some, I would say some transition to make it, like for example, I like the tonal because it will sort of switch it in and out. And I like the zoom in and out for the end here. And then basically what I will do is I will slide out this one here, right? Slide it out like this. Right, so let's see how it will look, and then this one pass.
You're constantly resetting attention so viewers don't drift. After the stream is where growth compounds.
So you see that? It matches the wording that we're saying, right? So let's take it from a longer period of time, right, from here.
Mistake that quietly kills most streams. You're constantly resetting.
Constantly resetting. So I can add the same thing here. So there will be a little movement and just coming in just like that.
You're constantly resetting.
So that it just came in. And then after it came in, you could see the one on top. You could see this one first. So this one first, and then the other one second, right? So the other one comes in. See it popping in and out. So look at it again.
You're constantly resetting attention so viewers don't drift. After the stream is where growth compounds.
So, that's the thing there, basically, right? So, and for this one, because it has a lot of, thumbnails, whatever, it has all kinds of stuff. So what you want to do is every time that you have one of these icon pop in and out, you want to kind of do some movement. So you do a cut. That'll be part of the whole thing. So you're taking that image that was basically pretty much dull and didn't have too much going on, and you're going to make it into an image section that have a lot of different activities going on. So you're going to do some transition here. And you could keep it simple. You could say, I want to do slides only. Like, for example, there's a slides there. There's another one here. Another one there. These are all different ones. But you'll be able to see the movement by just sort of a static video. Now what you're going to get is basically for the second part of that, you're going to get this.
Stream is where growth compounds.
So that
if
down,
CTR is soft,
left,
soft title, thumbnail.
Right.
Version 1 is a test. Version
up,
2 is optimization. Many videos take off after the change.
See that?
Turn moments into clips.
So basically, what you're doing is you took an image that was pretty much boring and flat, and you gave us a lot of dimension by doing a couple of little things, and that all happened because you brought in the this clip right here, right? By bringing that one clip, you were able to change the dynamic of the video by doing this. Okay.
Most streams. You're constantly resetting attention so viewers don't drift. After the stream is where growth compounds. If CTR is soft, swap title, thumbnail. Version 1 is attached.
All right, so if you think it's a little bit much, we could kind of like, for example, let's get rid of this one here because you do have a lot of them. And you don't probably need that many. Or right, so because you have one here too, so let's take the sort of this one right now. But you get the idea, right? You could have multiple things. So let me see how much, I don't have that much to go in the video. So let me go back to what I was showing you. Huh. You didn't see that. Back on it. For whatever reason, you only saw mine. So give me a second. My video on my proof of video is kind of not telling me what's going on, so I had to take a look at it real quick and see if I could find what I'm working on. Okay, here I am. I do apologize. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties today. And basically, that's what's going on. So I had to just deal with that. Okay. So we'll do the best we can. So let's just move on. So it's like the saying is, sometimes you are the window, and it doesn't matter what my analogy is, it's not gonna work tonight. So the point is that you need to just keep forward. Sometimes you have equipment difficulty. Today was the day for equipment difficulty. Cameras didn't work. I got interrupted in the middle of the video. It's a lot of fun. So you have to just keep going on that. So I'm gonna just keep going with what I have to say. And then basically, if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then I have to create another video sometimes later this week to kind of move forward, right? So I'm showing the entire screen, share. And I'm just gonna go over, I won't go over it. I'm just gonna move forward. So tonight we did the the B-roll, excuse me. What we were trying to accomplish was basically show you pattern interrupts, which I try to show you that, but I wasn't sure my video was working, so I had to kind of reset. So I'm gonna go over it real quickly. Basically, what I did was I went to create it. I had a complex B-roll script like this. It's not the same one, but some similar to this one. I went to Meta AI and I created 4 different examples. I chose the first one. I figure that's more attractive to what I'm trying to accomplish. And after I downloaded it, I went over to DaVinci Resolve, and I was able to download that video down here. Basically, I was able to make changes to right over here. I was able to make change it to DaVinci Resolve. So I'm gonna try to get to that area right now, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you an overall tour of the what I'm trying to accomplish tonight. I have done most of the work except for the finishing touch. So after I show you walk you through the last change that I made that you guys did not get to see, I will in fact be able to. We'll be able to. We'll be, yep, yeah. Okay, we'll be able to do that. So, just in summary, I did created a script, and the script contained the prompts, the B-roll prompts that I needed. And I created a basic video and in video AI, which kind of basically contains stock footage so that it contained. I downloaded the video and I loaded it into DaVinci Resolve, which is the main track right here. Then I created a series of B-rolls, right, based on the prompts that I gotten. And I created clips for it, right? For example, you could see the prompt in there. And this, usually you get four, you could get more, but you usually get 4 choices as to which one you think is more appropriate to the video that you're trying to complete. And like I said, I chose this one, downloaded it, and loaded it into DaVinci Resolve. And this is the result of it. I'm going to play a little bit of the clips. If it's a repetition, my apologies.
Most streams. You're constantly resetting attention so viewers don't drift.
You see in there, first I brought in the left side, then I reduce the side and move it to the center, first to the left here, and then to the right there. And you have the video transition whereas the work is coming in and out. So this, what you're trying to do is like, you want to interrupt the pattern. If you have nothing but stock footage, all that you have gotten would have been the background information. My avatar would not have been there. So I kind of brought in my avatar for this first layer of the video. Then I brought in my B-roll. You see it right there coming in to kind of provide additional fidelity. Then I brought a second B-roll, which is layer, as you see there, right? First, second, third layer. It's going to be in here in the left side. And then to transition out, I created a second entry on the right side going into the next video. And then I added transition to the other places. So this is how it will look like.
You're constantly resetting attention so viewers don't drift. After the stream is where growth compounds. If CTR is soft, swap title, thumbnail. Version 1 is a test. Version 2 is optimization.
So as you see that, you have video being rotated and things of that nature, right? So, and that's what you want. You don't want a boring video. You want a video that has a lot of things going on. And, you know, you want to go to a place, you want to source your clips to a place that it has quality AI created video. Now, there are other places that you might be able to get B-roll. Usually there's some paid site where you get B-roll, and there are some free site. I just showed you one that is free, but I'm quite sure if you have your own preferred one, it's good for you to go use it. So based on the footage that I received, I did create what I call parent interrupt to stop the scroll and keep the eyes on the video. That's the goal on that. I show you where to source the high quality clip. And then I show you how to do the editing for retention, right? So the workflow is basically simple. You go from the script, you create B-rolls out of it. you ask for the B-roll to be created with your script. After that, second step is you go to Meta AI and basically create many examples. This is just some. I could show you some others that I created for other videos. See, it has a lot of visual, so you can get a lot of different clips that you can use over and over. And all you have to do is you just download it to your computer, and then you could just upload it. And that's a simple. You could either upload it directly to your clip by doing drag and dropping it, or you can basically go through your file, import media, right, to upload it, right? So it's a simple way to just get it into your video. And so that's what the thing is tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up this video. If you guys hang on with me for a second or two, you'll be able to see some of these. I'm going to leave it as is. For some of it, I'm going to make some changes just for the sake of making changes. See that one looks good. So I'm going to, I think that applies to the language that was going on. Starting to stream. So this one, I'm going to leave it as is, but I'm going to do some transition. I'm going to just do some rotation to make it rotate in and out so that we have something interrupting the pattern on that. I'm going to see if I could just do the finishing touch. This is a lot of section of the video in here that I had to make a determination whether or not what's going on in here. So now I wanted to show you basically also, a lot of times you want to get messages as you type in, and this is like a banner that you could put in your
payoff, not pleasantries. I opened with, most creators think live stream watch hours don't count. Here's the data that proves.
Okay. You could just add titles and things of that nature here. So I'm almost done making all the cuts on this one. So let me see what this is saying to see if I want to do any changes towards the towards the end.
Turn moments into clips that create curiosity, not closure. Example, this is why you're...
So talking about curiosity. So basically, I could just stick a couple of the clips that I have here, because you have all this large space just doing the same thing, right? So you could just bring some of the videos here. Obviously, edit, undo. You have to be careful with this blade. It cuts everything on site. Okay, so let's make it a little smaller, because I don't think I need the whole thing in there. And let's move it a little higher. And let's move it to the right. So now it kind of looks this way. Let me see. You don't have the large space being taken by that. And you could bring a second, one. This is a shorter one, but because we're talking about making clips, right? So I'm gonna bring the second female here towards the end. And what I'll do is I will make her do something different. Okay. I will leave her at the center. And what will happen is I could make it next to each other. No need to extend that. So it will transition this way.
This is why your live stream gets 0 viewers. Link back for the answer. Use comments as a ranking amplifier. Pin a question.
So basically, and this is something kind of interesting in there. So I'll pin a question. So let's say that I wanted to just capture that thought, right? In here, we had a banner, right? So I could do a copy and then I could do a paste. So it kind of brought it all the way up here. Let me see what it's saying when it's saying that. Because I would say comment or ask a question. That'll be what I want to say, right? So what I'll do is I will so basically that's what I would do. And what you see now, it transitions from the speaking portion with the little frame in the center. What you're trying to do is sort of kind of the one speaking is the avatar, which is on the lower left. And then you have the female in the center making some gesture. And then from there, we do a transition to this. Right now, it's coming up too low, so you want to kind of bring that higher. So you don't lose any of the title or subtitle that you have in there, right? So it will look something like this. Look at the transition from the center back to the background, just the avatar, to the actual banner.
Back for the answer. Use comments as a ranking amplifier. Pin a question. Be in the comments for the first 1 to 3 hours. CTR gets you in. Retention keeps you in. Engagement amplifies you. Live chat keeps people watching.
So you see this right here it's a little bit dark. There's nothing going on in that background. So let me see if I have a clip that, okay, that's back to this. They're talking about chat though. Let me see.
Live chat keeps people watching.
So you could reuse, technically, you could reuse this one here, right? For a couple of reasons. One is you have a person like chatting on the phone, right? So that's one reason why you may want to do that. And what you could do is, now you want to keep this area here clean. So you probably want to move the clip to the right side. That's up. Pardon. so you don't lose any of your subtitle. You put it in there. So now instead of having a dark section, all you do is now you have a lively interaction between the B-roll and the avatar that's speaking, right? So now it will look something like this, and I can do the following. I could do this, and I could do that, and I could add a transition now if I want to. Video transition. I could do. I'm gonna make something simple like a box swipe. See if you has one. Yep, you got one. Actually, I'm gonna do it here instead. A box swipe there, and I do a box twist here. So now it looks something like this.
Live chat people watching increases session time and brings them back. I'll build you a plug and play script template or a repeatable checklist. Comment, template, or checklist, and I'll send it. Let's make the algorithm care before you even hit go live.
So you have that in there, and the only change that I would make on this, let me see if I have it. I'll actually put in this at the end. Not sure that I want to take the whole roll, but maybe I do.
Let's make the algorithm care before you even hit go live.
So basically, although I have my avatar that I could kind of use throughout the back end of it, I do want to add some follow for more growth towards the end. So the transition kind of looks a little bit more dynamic on that nature, right? So let's see if we could just quickly summarize where we are tonight, what we did tonight. This was a part B of a two-part series. The first one got really interrupted by family emergency, if you want to call it that, right? But nonetheless, right? So we wanted to talk about B-roll, right, and how to use it strategically to act as a hook to keep the viewer hooked to our video and having stay for a longer period of time. The whole thing is retention, right? You could put a video that, let's say, gets 1,000 views, right, and you get 1,000 viewers. That's massive when it comes to the VPH view per hour. Or you can have a video whereas you have 1,000,000 views, but you have 0 watch time, right? Which is useless to what you're trying to accomplish. So the whole thing that we have learned is that B-roll and having some variability on the background is really what keeps the people viewing. So what you will see on this video, I have a lot of different activities going on throughout. And I start with my avatar, and basically I make changes. You see that I add B-roll throughout, and I ask questions and comment to be able to get keep the attention of the viewer glued into my video. So every time they're about to leave, they encounter something different. Like in here, they encounter a flag, for example. Let me show you that.
72 hours early, not just to.
So it's not only the avatar speaking, it's not only the B-roll in the background, but then you also have this streamer in front of sort of like in front of everything else, sort of kind of trying to grab the attention of the individuals or the viewer, right? So the same thing Those things are called pattern interrupts, where you actually have a lot of appears to be cluttered in the background, but in reality, what's going on is you're actually trying to get the viewer to figure out what the heck is going on, and then you have inserted. It looks like, okay, so you got picture over picture, like, or why are you replacing that with that? It's just a matter of getting. As you see there, you probably have this video uh, here, there, here, different places, and then you have more B-roll on the right side coming in. You see that? And basically, that's the whole name of the game. You want to have place it strategically, so keep the viewer on your video and things of that nature. So we are transforming our standard video into a viral masterpiece. At least that's the objective tonight, right? So that's what we have been trying to do, and for the purpose of that is to keep our viewers, establishing our viewers to boring edits, is to be able to have a lot of variability and a lot of B-rolls going back and forth into that. And I showed you this pattern interrupt various locations on the video. I talked about where do you get your video clips, like what's the source of that. And like I said this earlier on, the Meta AI is the main source where I get it, but there are other sites where you could get B-roll for free, or you have to just search B-roll, and there are some paid site, there are some free site where you could get them. So you could use them, right? And then we're talking about editing for retention, which we show you tonight by using DaVinci Resolve right here. So this video is ready to go. I do one more cleanup on that, and then basically what I would do is I will be able to post it maybe tomorrow night. I have a couple of videos already that I haven't posted, but I have enough to post for a couple of days. So I'm not really into posting a lot. I want to be sure the information is accurate, is correct, and that I have the information that I need. I'd like to thank you all for being with me tonight. You have a great night. I'm going to end the video now.